Hello students, how are you?
I believe all of you are fine. Today, I am going to teach you a very important topic, effective presentation skill. How can you present yourself? I'm going to teach you that. There are certain things which you need to know. There are certain strategies, there are certain ways with which you must be acquainted when it comes to presenting yourself well. Let's start it. What is a presentation? You see, a presentation is a structured, prepared speech, or you can say it is a means of communication. When you communicate information or ideas to a bunch of people, to a group of interested people, and you want them to pay heed to you want to persuade them, you want to attract them towards your idea, your information, your knowledge, then it is called presentation. Mind it, it is structured and well prepared. Presentation has got its mechanics. Presentation has got its steps. I would discuss those steps with you. Look at this, boring presentation. How a presentation becomes boring? When you are unable to motivate the audience, when you have the confusing structure, when you do not follow sequence of ideas, when you are unable to explain certain things, or maybe you derail the presentation. You have to speak on some topic, you speak on that topic for some time, and then you start talking about some other topic. So that way you confuse your audience. The structure becomes absolutely confused. It's confusing. So that time the presentation becomes ineffective. If you are explaining a lot, unnecessarily you are explaining the things, you have the excessive details of something, then your presentation becomes ineffective. If your slides are not properly made, there are people who load a lot of things, put a lot of things on the slide, and due to that, presentation becomes dull. It does not interest the people. So in order to generate interest, what is needed? That the design of the presentation should be well thought of. What are the steps needed to make an effective presentation? Three things are important here. Number one, planning. Number two, preparation. And number three, delivery. These are the three steps which one has to follow when it comes to giving effective presentation. Speaking tips for professionals. Number one, speech writing. Number two, delivery and power of rhetoric. How you express yourself. What is the way? What to say is important, but how to say is more important. What you have to say, that is important, but how you say, that is much more important. So how you deliver the things, that's a very crucial point for presentation. Adding humor. In between your speech, you can add humor. You can afford to be funny sometimes. And you must follow 4 steps to perfect presentation. Then another thing is visual aids. You have audio video system with you. There are certain things which you are showing in the form of maybe videos or maybe in the form of pictures. And if you do so, it makes your presentation highly effective. Let's look at planning part. What is the purpose of your presentation? First thing is you must have the purpose of your presentation in your mind. Second thing is, who will be your audience? If I want to teach you something, I would be having in the back of my mind that I am addressing the students of BCom. If I speak over the same topic to the students of post-graduation, my manner of delivery would be different. I need to make certain adjustments as per the level of my audience members. So I need to know who is going to attend my presentation. Then third thing is, what are you trying to achieve through this presentation? Whatever presentation you are giving, what are you trying to achieve through it? Get to know that. So this is about the planning part. Design your message, organize your material, design the look of your presentation. How would you start? How would you end? What would you give in the beginning? And create the slides. All these points are there for planning. You have to plan well before you launch into presentation, before you give it. Step one, we are talking about the planning. Step one, list your objectives. Why are you making this presentation? Ask this question to yourself. When you ask this question to yourself, you will come up with objective of the presentation, purpose of the presentation. What do you expect to accomplish? What is your desire like? If you ask me, sir, what is your desire of this presentation? I would say, I want you to know about presentation skill. I want you to become effective presenter. That's why I'm giving you this presentation. The purpose is to make you understand this art of presentation. Focus on the audience. The second point, who are they? Who are they? If I'm addressing the children, my manner of delivery would be different. My material would be different. Maybe I will have to speak Hindi. I will have to make various adjustments. So I need to know my audience members. I need to know about them. Focus on what your audience needs to know, not what you know. Mind it. Your attitude is more important than I attitude in presentation. What I know, that's a different story altogether. What my listeners wish to know from me, I should be concerned about that. I should know the level of my audience. I should know about their interest. Decide what you want the audience to do as a result of your presentation. You need to know about the mental level of your audience, about the age group of the audience, about the understanding level of the audience, about the proficiency of language with them. All these things you need to know. And accordingly, you have to make your presentation tailor-made. Tailor-made as per their needs. Tailor-made means as per their needs. Whatever their needs are, according to their needs, you have to design it. Determine the masses. Tailor the points to the audience technical level. Technical level. Information needs and interest. Modify the presentation for each new audience. Preparation. Fundamental rules for presentation are: number one, subject of presentation. Decide your message in advance. What you have to say, think over. Have a strong conviction on what you want to talk. Conviction, confidence. You must have the guts, you must have the confidence to say your things. Organize your points logically. What to say at the beginning, what to deal in the middle, how to close, maybe by summarizing entire presentation, or maybe by giving some suggestions to the listeners or to the readers. You need to think of the closing point on a serious note. Beginning is important, but closing is equally important. So what to put in the beginning, what to put in the mid, and what to say at the end, all these things you need to think over. Rehearse in private. You need to practice delivery of presentation, because practice makes a person perfect. And I always put emphasis on practicing in front of the mirror, because when you speak in front of the mirror, you are able to see your face. And when you record your presentation, that time also you have the chance to listen to it, and you can come to know your mistakes and then rectify it and then record it again. That way you will gain confidence, you will improve. 4 points. Keep, not 4 points, keep notes to a minimum. Keep notes to a minimum. What generally people do, they write everything on a piece of paper. Everything, every line, even good morning is written. Don't do so. When you have a paper loaded with words, you have written each and every line there, and you are just reading it. It will never be an effective presentation. If you are thinking of having certain points with you can use bullet points, you can use index cards, you can write certain points there, certain buzzwords there, and on the basis of those buzzwords, you get the presentation. Jot down the main points. If you have written each and everything, you will start depending on those points which you have jotted down. And since each and everything is written there, then you won't be presenting, you would be reading. There is difference between reading and presenting. When it comes to presentation, you have to deal the things from your own. You need assistance. Okay, have some points on a piece of paper. You can use that. You write certain points on your slides. You can use those points. Doesn't matter. But if you are writing each and everything, then it is not presentation, it is reading. Conquer nervousness. Sometimes an audience may seem intimidating, but always remember, they are also people like you. Imagine that you are addressing your friends. Always treat your audience members as your friends, because when you talk to your friend, there is no fear. Whenever you talk to your friend, you have no fear. So it's better that you start treating your audience members as your friends. That would make your life very easy. You will become quite comfortable presenting before them. Preparation. Try to conquer nervousness. How? Try to minimize your stage fear. How can you minimize your stage fear? By moving on the stage again and again, by getting acquainted with the atmosphere or the environment of that area where you have to present. Take deep breath, try to relax, and if required, drink little water. I always suggest that if you really want to conquer nervousness, if you have the stage fear, then you should not try to speak a lot in the beginning. In the beginning, you may use 2 or 3 sentences only. Just move on the stage, speak 2 or 2 sentences, 3 sentences, come back. That's it. Practice that way. When you gain confidence, when you start speaking 3 sentences, 4 sentences from the stage, you yourself will feel motivated to speak more. This is the way to do it. So start with the small presentations. By giving a small presentations, you will gain some confidence, and that some confidence will lead to more confidence. Concentrate on topic and not the audience. Because the moment you look at the audience, you start trembling. Don't do so. You just concentrate on your topic, the topic on which you are speaking. Winners continue, losers stop. Mind it. Organizing your delivery. How to organize your delivery? General tips I am giving you. Announce your topic clearly. Friends, I am going to speak on this topic. Give an outline of your presentation in your introduction. You tell your name, tell your position, greet them, thank them for giving you that opportunity, and after that, you tell the topic. And after telling the topic, you give the outline of your presentation. Dear friends, I'm going to speak on so-and-so topic, and I'm going to cover these things in my presentation. And state your objective, why you are there, what will audience receive by listening to you. Tell that also. So you tell your objective, you tell your topic, you tell the outline of your presentation. These three things you tell. The eyes, the voice, expression, and the body. These four things are very crucial in presentation. You must have proper eye contact. You should look at your audience members. Because when you look at your audience members, you are able to hold their attention towards your presentation. You must have better eye coordination. And your voice, how you speak. The modulation is very important. When you have to have soft tone, when you need to have high tone, the pitching of your voice is very important in presentation. And pitching creates expressions. You are using mic, and in front of the mic, you are shouting. It will not be pleasing to the audience members. So have an average volume level when you are using mic, and always take care of your pitching. And the next thing is your body language. How you stand, how you move, how does your face look? All these things matter the most. Tell them what you are going to tell them. Tell them what you are going to tell them. Set the tone. Capture the audience attention, build rapport. There must be bonding between you as presenter and your audience members. Tailor your opener to your audience. Your opening should be as per them. Observe their mood. Observe their mood, and accordingly you make adjustments. Got it? Start with a bang to get attention. Your starting should be fantastic. You can have a good icebreaker, like you can cut a joke in the beginning maybe, or you can narrate a story, or maybe you can give a quotation. Something which gives them a lot of interest. Something which makes them feel like that you are doing something rocking. Your beginning is very crucial. Be warm and friendly, provide facts and figures, and throw out the question. You see, when you ask questions to the audience members, then what happens? They become alert, they become attentive. And when you ask questions to others, you know, they start taking interest in it. They love to answer your questions. There are certain people who don't want to answer the questions. That's a different story altogether. But even with them, you will be able to, you know, hold their attention. They would be like, question can be asked to me. So this is something wonderful. When you ask questions, people become alert, audience members become alert. And that is what is needed. Cover the subject in logical order. Repeat important points. You must have noticed me. Sometimes I read one particular point twice. Why? Because I give you a signal that that point is important one. Use visuals wherever possible. The voice should not be too fast, too high, or too slow. You have to have balance in your voice. And I told you about pitching also. Body language during presentation: smile, make eye contact, don't lock your arms, knees unlocked, head up, and move. Connect with the audience, breathe and relax. Don't take the stress on your head. Should not be like that. Feel free. With a smile, with confidence, you speak. Tell them what you have told them when it comes to giving the conclusion. That means you summarize what is being stated. Okay? Summarize the masses, repeat the key points, ask for action, and end on a positive note. Never ever end on a negative note. This is not possible, that is not possible. Don't end like this. End on a positive note. If you try, you can. Oops, I don't have much time left. Time limit. Time yourself for maximum impact. If you speak for long hours, people are not going to praise you. You must decide the time limit of your presentation, and that should be justified. 3 presentation essentials. Use visual aids wherever you can. Rehearse, 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 and rehearse against clock. Check the time and memorize your script. Whatever presentation you are giving, that should be memorized well, so that you can speak with fluency, so that you can speak with grace. Follow the KISS rule. What is the KISS rule? Keep it short and simple. This is the KISS rule of presentation. Keep it short and simple. Use short words, short phrases. Don't use long sentences. And not more than 7 words per line, no more than 6 lines per slide. Mind it. While preparing the slides, you must ensure that you have 7 words per line in maximum, and you have 6 lines per slide, not more than that, maximum 6. Why visuals? Visuals are powerful tools. First of all, visuals increase understanding. Visuals save time. Visual enhance attention. And visual help control nervousness too. When you have the visuals, you can show various things through visuals only. You need not explain the things. So visuals help you in using less number of words at different points of your presentation. Maintain good eye contact, vary your speaking volume, use pauses wherever you feel like. Don't read your presentation. Don't stand between the audience and the slides. You have to stand in such a way that slides are shown, people are able to see slides, and you as well. Use stories, questions, clips, examples, etc. Don't put both hands in your pockets for long time, because when you do so, you are not able to, steer your body. When you steer your body, that time things become quite easy for you to, make a hold on the audience. Speak clearly and loudly. Speak to the audience, not to the visuals. Circulate around the room as you speak, but mind it, eye contact should not get lost. Discuss your objectives at the beginning of your presentation. Are the visual aids easy to read, easy to understand? Check that. Can they be easily seen from all areas of the room? Check that. Maybe the font size is not up to the mark. So you have to ensure that the slide should be visible to all. Font should be okay. The pictures which you are using should be okay. You check the material, whether that material will help people understanding you or not. Some final words for you. Communication is the key. How you communicate, that is very important. Because ultimately your slides are not speaking, you are speaking. Slides are there to assist you to some extent, but slides cannot speak. After all, you have to present those things. Text to support the communication, pictures to simplify complex concepts, and visuals are there to support, not to distract. Sign to detect that audience is not listening. How can you come to know that your audience is not listening? Start to look down. They're not looking at you. They're touching or rubbing the face or hand or hair. Somebody is yawning. Somebody is fidgeting, playing with something. Somebody is sighing heavily. Somebody is murmuring. That means he's not interested in listening to you. And somebody is tapping his or her feet. It means they are not interested in you if they are doing so. Make sure you have finished speaking before your audience has finished listening. Now you can ask questions. Kajal, you have some questions? Kajal, Swati, do you want to ask me anything? I think Swati wants to ask something.
No, sir.
Kajal, you have some question in your mind? Do you have a question in your mind? Everything is clear to you? Everything is clear to you? If you like this presentation, please feel free to send your valuable feedback to my email ID that is given here on this slide, or you can chase me on Facebook. I want you to develop certain skills. I want you to groom yourself. Any questions? Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. So that means everything is clear to you. You have understood the things well. Shall I assume so? Fine. So now what you should do, I want to advise you something. Every day you speak for a minute or so in front of the mirror, right? Every day you record your presentation, make a small presentation, 1 or 2 minutes presentation you prepare, record it, listen to it, and when you find some errors in it, rectify those errors, again speak, again record, you start doing it. And you do it on regular basis. I'm telling you, after maybe 20 or 25 days, you'll find a great improvement in yourself. I'm giving you this assignment. This is the assignment for you. Every day you have to give a presentation. Where will you give? In front of the mirror. Stand in front of the mirror. You are the presenter and you are the audience. Your reflection, which is shown in the mirror, your reflection is playing the part of audience and you are the presenter. Speak. Put your mobile side by, put it on recording mode, record your presentation, then listen to it. Then you see what errors you made, correct them, deliver the presentation again with modification, with corrections, and this you do it every day. You do it every day. In about 25 or 30 days, you'll find a great improvement in yours. Okay? I
Okay,
believe you will do this, and definitely, you will see that you have become different in your approach. Your communication will become sound that way. Thank you very much.
thank you, sir.